Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Welcome to ArchRivals Football. Here is your starting lineup. Number 20, Darnell the Playmaker Salins. Number 94, Alex the Bearman Alcazaz. Number 24, Ricky Litwinkowicz. This show is sponsored by Raz Energy, DreamControllers.com, and Steiner Sports. ArchRivals Football is a Pain Train Pipe Bomb production. What is up? It is Saturday, September 25th, 2021, as we are delving into the Sunday of Week 3. The Monday of Week 3, and a lot of crap happening this week on the NFL side of the football. The worldwide bastard rears his ugly head once again, and all I gotta say is that this week will be a very, very interesting week, not only news-wise, but game-wise as well, because the lineups are ultimately crazy for this week. So let's shoot around the desk, so to speak. We got Darnell, the Playmaker Salins. What's doing, D?
What's good? Hey, this is a big week. We usually don't get big weeks like this early in the season, but this is a big week.
A lot of great matchups, I got to tell you that. Bearman, what's doing?
What's good, homie? Ready to go, brothers.
So, before we went on the air, Darnell, you actually missed this, and it's something I really want to talk about. The Bearman got to experience the NFL quarterback competition from 2003. I don't know if you've seen any of those.
No. What? 2003 quarterback competition?
Yes. Really? Your quarterback for the Rams was Mark Bulger instead of Kurt Warner.
Yeah, I know.
Throwing the skins all over the place.
Yeah, I know. We were still good around that time.
Bearman actually got to see a very young Thomas Edward Brady from 2003. That was crazy.
Indeed, I did, gentlemen.
And I got to tell you, I really wish that the NFL would actually bring that competition back because, especially on the mobility parts, they had a lot of scrambling, and I would love to see Kyler Murray run half the routes that they had to do on the show. But yes, definitely, it was a it was an experience to go back to 2003 because I do remember the game in 2007 being on the N64. So a little bit of a gaming tune for that. All right.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Thursday night football.
Yes, we're going to Thursday night right now.
Thursday
There it is.
Thursday night football. It was the Carolina Panthers starting off 2-0 against the Houston Texans, who were 1-1 and did not have Tyrod Taylor. So Davis Mills got the start for the Texans. Davis Mills did pretty good. He did what he was told to do, but Carolina's being Carolina. They did lose Chris McCaffrey. That's interesting to see going forward because he would be out some game with hamstring injury. But Sam Darnold and the Panthers 3-0. Moving on. First team to get 3-0. 24-9 victory. Carolina might be serious, Bearman. Carolina might be serious. I'm gonna put a mic right there. They might be serious.
Well, that's the best way to put it, Playmaker. They just might be. But we can't ignore the fact that they did beat the Houston Texans, but at some cost because Christian McCaffrey got hurt, hamstring injury. J.C. Horn, their first-round pick. And also, I believe the wide receiver, DJ Moore, also got hurt.
No, DJ Moore came back.
Okay.
But they did lose one of the number one draft picks, J.C. Horn, as you mentioned, broken foot. We don't know how long he's going to be out. We don't know how long he's going to be out.
Well, if it's a broken foot, that's automatically a couple of weeks. As far as Christian McCaffrey goes, it's a hamstring injury. Some are already saying he's not going to play in their next game against Dallas, but we'll just have to wait and see. I don't think they've officially ruled out McCaffrey.
Yes, he is. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks minimum.
He is? Okay. All right. NFL.com confirmed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now they're out McCaffrey, and now they're out, with J.C. Horn. So, I mean, that probably gives a little bit of breathing room for the Cowboys because they have to play the Panthers at home this coming Sunday next week.
Well, I really think it's just going to be interesting because it seems every time that Carolina starts to get on some type of a run, and I'm not going to venture back to the 15-1 season, but I will say this though, that every time it seems that Carolina does get on a run a little bit, it's always a Christian McCaffrey injury, and I really want to say that it's a very big possibility that granted they've tried to ride McCaffrey the majority of the season so far. But it's also the same, right? They've been also trying to not give him the huge workload, and it just ends up not panning out for that. Like they based his entire his game in their offense, which is a problem.
Here's the problem in McCaffrey's case, Ricky, is that going back to last year, McCaffrey has become quite injury prone.
This is the third season in a row he's gotten hurt, I believe. Is that right, Darno?
Yeah.
Third, yeah.
It's the third season in a row he's gotten hurt.
Well, that first one, he got hurt towards the end of the season anyway. So, do I really count that one?
I would.
Okay, so three in a row.
I mean, the bottom line is McCaffrey is becoming injury prone, and in the Panthers' case, that is a major cause for concern.
Again, I understand that they got some great running backs behind them, but that's a very huge loss.
We don't know yet. Cuba Herbert was great at Oklahoma State, but we don't know how he gonna pan out in the NFL. We gonna find out. First up is the Cowboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out next week.
I will just say this, that it's a very interesting thing. There was a rundown on Facebook. It just so happens that quarterbacks that usually succeed after leaving Adam Gase win championships. It was he left a high school team. They won a college. They won a championship after that. At this point right now, Darnold's left Adam Gase, and he's 3-0 as a starter now. Can we kind of say that the Adam Gase thing is a curse?
You might as well, right? Because Sam Darnold's numbers don't lie. So, I mean, might as well just sell like it is. So, yeah, it's good to see Sam Darnold was set free. Might as well declare. Even though it was declared a long time ago, I think now it's confirmed.
What do you think, Darno?
Is he still coaching?
I don't think so. I don't even know if Adam Gase is anywhere around, but
that answers your question.
I'm pretty sure that we'll have one of our head analysts go and check that out, Mr. Stephen Waldman, to see if Adam Gase is still coaching in the NFL. We do want to shout out a bunch of people watching out on the Pipe Bomb page, watching out on the ArchRivals page, watching out on the Twitter, which officially the downfall of Periscope happened today. So that's kind of a little bit on the crazy side, but you know what? That's life, and that's how we're just going to deal with it. But everybody hanging out, come and conversate with us. We got picks coming up. We got news coming up throughout the show, including some key IR things that have made happen today, which is a little bananas. But yeah. All right.
All right. So
week 3 starting.
As far as picks go, we have some discrepancy because on the ESPN one, Bearman's picks don't match up with his picks on Saturday.
Listen, he could do a show and then change his mind on the ESPN picks from what the show picks are. Then again,
I think he does his ESPN pick first, and then he does his Saturday picks.
I don't do.
Well, you know what? It's not happening this week, Playmaker.
I do not put my NFL picks in on ESPN until after the show is over.
Exactly.
Which is usually about like midnight.
Exactly.
So,
and they all the same pick that you say on Saturday anyway.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Exactly.
Unless I find something else out like that happens throughout the day, you know.
So between the three, so our Saturday picks, Ricky's in first, 22 and I believe 10 record.
Yeah.
Bearman's in second with 20 and 16, and I'm in last with 18 and 14. Back to back 9 and 7 records.
Listen, I'm telling you, what's the ESPN one again? Where am I in that one?
I believe you're in second. Who cares?
By 30 points, baby.
Who cares?
30 points. I'm coming for the top spot.
I'm in ninth. I'm in ninth place, and Bearman's behind me.
Mark, what was the final score in the Irish game? Because I was gonna bet it, but didn't.
Actually, I mean, Mark's got to be happy from that result. But go ahead,
they scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth late in the fourth quarter to blow that game open.
Oh man, I should have took them. Fuck. All right, whatever.
2 pick sixes, like really.
You know, Maryland is stomping Kent State right now, which is kind of.
They're supposed to.
All right. Game 1. The newly added stats are on the screen, so we don't have to work Bearman too hard. We have the 0-2 Indianapolis Colts traveling down to Music City to go to the Tennessee Titans. Adam Gase is not coaching. Thank you for that research, Stephen. We have a lovely game here. The percentages, we have Tennessee at 65% winning percentage, covering the spread at 52%. And the line we have is Tennessee by 6, under over 48. Which one?
The amazing thing is that they still saying it's a possibility that Carson Wentz might play this damn game.
He is listed as questionable. We have injuries for both teams. Jordan Glasgow, linebacker, out. Braden Smith, foot, thumb, out for the Colts. Questionable. Carson Wentz, both ankles.
How he's questionable? He sprained both ankles. Not one, but both.
For the
how?
For the Tennessee Titans, we have Caleb Farley out. Anthony Fursker, tight end, knee out. Derek Robertson, outside linebacker, knee out. Questionable, Bud Dupree, knee. Yeah, this may be a. Can we call this one of the bruised peach games?
Look, if Carson Wentz plays, he's not going to be Carson Wentz. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. There's no way he's going to be able to move. Secondly, the Titans secondary is horrific, like legit horrific. Even though they won in Seattle last week, because what did they do? What did I say was the key of beating Seattle in Seattle?
Running King Henry.
And what did they do?
King Henry.
They ran King Henry. So it's one of those games. It's like, you can't trust the Titans defense, but the coach defense might be on the field a lot longer because what if it's Jacob Eason? What if it's Sam Ehlinger? I believe that's the third string quarterback for the Colts. Am I correct? From Texas?
I'm not sure.
And and there's a possibility Carson Wentz still might play. So it's one of those. You just, like Ricky said, it's one of those is you pick and you just hope for the best because one of these two teams is gonna happy to win the LC South by default. We don't believe in Jacksonville. Houston has all kinds of quarterback problems. So I'm just going to pick Tennessee just for the hell of it. They're at home.
Bearman, I'm going to leave this one to you first. I will say this. I have a quite a mixed bag on this lovely kibosh.
I mean, the way Darnell just said it, it's quite simply put. The quarterback situation with the Indianapolis Colts is just so stressful. And just to confirm, Sam Ehlinger is actually on injured reserve. He's been on injured reserve since, I believe, September 2nd. So the quarterback situation is so blank that we don't know what to expect. And I saw a headline that head coach Frank Reich is not ready to officially name a starter. That's just how stressful the situation is. So that being said, I mean, I'm going to have to, it's, just like out the door, Tennessee. I mean, King Henry ought to have another good game, and Tennessee ought to come to this game highly motivated. But still, don't want to take anything lightly, but I would still believe Tennessee's coming in motivated.
Let's analyze this lovely situation because I see a lot of people with the under in this game. This is potentially going to be one of those OMG moments where we possibly could see not only Carson Wentz re-sprain his ankle again, but you hear that like OMG Dak Prescott thing from last year with Carson Wentz. I'm looking at that as very, very possible. Tennessee, even though their secondary is garbage, I will say that they still do have a potentially...
What is that word you just used?
Garbage.
Ricky, if you're trying to imitate a French accent, you need to work on that, brother.
No. I'm speaking Brooklynese. People will understand what I'm talking about.
What is that messed up? Garbage and what?
It is just a little bit more bougie way of saying the word garbage. Garbage.
Okay.
I'm pretty much gonna say here. I'm looking for a possibility of Indy going 0-3. And we will say that the King Henry effect will be very large. Mark has just confirmed the garbage comment. And we have a bunch of new people in here. I'll shout them out in a few minutes. I think I said, what was it, 6, I said? I'll honestly say this. I don't think this game is going to be by 6. And for those that are on the betting lines, this is what I usually do for a semi-living. I do make picks. 48 points. Definitely I would go at probably about 40, maybe. I'll take Tennessee laying the 6. 27-13 around that. But I think King Henry's going to be the key piece, and I don't think Ryan Tannehill has enough huevos to throw against this Colts defense.
Nope, not at all.
All right, let's shout out some people. Stephen Walbin, Mark Braverman, Daniel Medley's in the house. We got Lars the Viking in the house. Josh Kirby, what's doing? And that's it. But you guys could. Oh, Macy's in the house. Macy's in the house. Yay! We got almost the entire Pipe Bomb family in here.
Big game tonight for them Sooners.
I'm so happy that you're tuning in, Josh. It's good to see you,
Big
brother.
game tonight for them Sooners.
We got Ronnie's in the house too. And please, everybody, share this thing out. Because I just found out that Pipe Bomb Radio is now trending on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So that is now our second show in 2 weeks that is currently trending amongst the internet. This show and Pipe Bomb Radio NYC.
So you know, Ricky, I've been sharing this out as well. Been messaging some of my closest friends. Not gonna stop, brother. Not gonna stop.
Nicole, thank you for popping in. We wish you could stay a little bit longer if you had the chance. Next up, I don't really want to stay on this game too long.
Wait a minute. So the Atlanta Falcons 0-2. I hit the New York Giants 0-2. And guess what today? And guess what that game is gonna be mostly about? Eli Manning getting his jersey retired. How you like that?
You'd kind of hope and pray that the Giants actually step up throughout this game. And for those betting, the Giants are favored to win by 52%, but Atlanta will be covering the points at 54%.
Dang, what's the spread?
The spread for the Giants game is actually only 3 points, and the under-over is 47.5. We bumped that to 48 because you cannot score a half point in the NFL, you pricks. The no fun league. I will tell you this. I'm going to give a little bit of an outlook on this first. Somebody's got to win a game, unless it's miraculously like a 17-17 tie after overtime.
Hey, don't bring that up. We don't want to speak into existence here. Come on, what are you doing?
Wouldn't it just be only carte blanche that both teams are so crappy that they finish in a 17-17 tie? Would you really be that upset if it ended in a 17-17 tie?
Come on now. You gotta be nice. My sister's a Falcon fan. You gotta be nice.
We shouldn't even be talking about this game. This game will not even make one of my screens tomorrow. How about that?
You got like 32 screens. I don't know how.
It won't. I'm not making any offense to this. I would rather watch fencing than this game. And I have no clue what fencing is about.
What the? I'm going on mute.
Bearman, do you want to give us a little bit of output on this Atlanta Giants game?
Hold on, you picking the Giants, right?
I'm
getting to that, brother.
I'm talking to him. He went first.
I'll be honest with you. It would just be ironic if
you gotta pick. So you ain't getting out of this one. You gotta pick.
Again, like this is one of the games we really shouldn't be covering. It should have been like last on the list.
You wanted the order of the games, so I gave you the order of the games.
Well, I actually also once again went off the NFL.com thing.
Where do you think I got it from?
Well, okay, so Russell Gage is out, AJ Terrell and Frank Darby is out for the Falcons. Questionable Evan Ingram and Kenny Golladay, which they can't get him into the offense, period. Jason, we are getting to that. We're going down the schedule in somewhat order. Yeah, I'm gonna
the battle who sucks. I love it, Mark. I love it. The battle who sucks.
I'm regretfully picking the New York Giants.
He picked the Giants.
I'm regretfully picking the Giants, and
I got that. And I even caught the fact he said he regretfully does it. So anyway, first of all, I want to give a shout out to John Long, one of my good friends, for tuning in. John, it's good to see you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. You know, and I love how Mark entitles this game as the battle of, who really sucks. And Mark, not to outshine you or anything, but I prefer to say, the battle of the jabronis. But
I also do want to mention, and I'm going to shout out Daniel Medley, because if he does this throughout the rest of the show, I will be very giggly. He says that this game will be a 35-35 tie, both teams turning the ball over 4 times. Again, I don't even think 35-35. I think 17-17 would be more apropos than anything else. Shout out to Chris Jericho for using apropos. There's always going to be some type of wrestling thing going on.
Well, there is.
But
anyway,
I again, like, this game will not make my screen. Like, so far,
Hey,
the indie
and
game
can Bearman
probably
make
will.
his pick?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
okay. But it's not your fault, Ricky. The adrenaline is just, it's out of your control, brother. And I feel that. But anyway, Mark seems to agree. I mean, yeah, Mark said it good, but the best way to do it is just say, the battle of the jabronis. But the Giants have a lot of problems. And this is actually something I want. This is why I want Steve Waldman to be on my Cowboys show. And I'd like to have him on it when we recap the NFC East. So if we do anything with the Cowboys and Giants game, the problem with the Giants is the freaking play caller, Jason Garrett. Okay, the dude is stuck in the 1990s. Okay, but I still believe that the Giants are obviously gonna, have the better chance of winning. I mean, in the Giants' case, if Eli Manning's jersey is being retired and they lose it in an embarrassing way, that's definitely not going to be good. But look, whether we like Daniel Jones or not, Daniel Jones can make good plays, but I think the Giants will win this game. But there's still going to be a lot of questionable play calling that's going to make us scratch our heads. And in some of the cases of the Giants or some Cowboy fans, because a lot of us still hate Jason Garrett, we probably always will. We'll ask ourselves, what the hell was that?
I just want to point out that I am taking the under for this game, and as much as we want to blame Mr. JG for half of the crap that he does, if the Giants players don't perform, maybe they should be playing in the CFL.
Yeah. Anyway. But the seal of the deal, yeah, I got the Giants. I mean, as far as the difference between the two is the Giants have a bit more weapons, especially on the offense, and the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons, there's too many unanswered questions. There's too many unknown circumstances. So yeah, I don't see how the Falcons have a chance. So I'm gonna go with the G-Man. And Mark, it's always good to see you, brother.
Darnell, are you picking the Bruised Peach game of the week?
So these two teams were two of my dumbass picks in week 1, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Who I picked? I picked the Giants over the Broncos, dummy. And I picked the Falcons over the Eagles.
Mm-hmm. So both of them have pretty much stuck you in the balloon nut.
Eli jersey game retired. Jason Garrett's the offensive coordinator for the Giants. Hold on, what's that injury report again that you just threw out there?
We have Russell Gage and Frank Darby at wideouts out. AJ Terrell, cornerback, out for the Falcons. Cam Brown out for the Giants. Ebner, Evan Ingram, and Kenny Golladay questionable.
You know what, sis? I'm gonna ride with your Falcons on this one.
And if she doesn't, she'll probably, if they don't win, she'll still probably whoop your ass. Okay, next up, I see this as one of the top 5 games of the week. It is the divisional matchup of the LA Chargers traveling to one of the loudest stadiums ever in American football history, the Kansas City Chiefs. We have Kansas City's winning percentage at 65%, covering at 51%. The NFL Vegas betting odds for KC and the Chargers is Kansas City by a touchdown, 55 points scored. Who would love to go on this one?
So we have two teams coming off.
Okay, Darnell.
Two teams coming off shocking losses. Chargers losing to the Cowboys at the last second off of Greg Zuerlein field goal. Go ahead and give you a round of applause, Bear Man. Even though you picked the Chargers.
I mean, hey, Greg Zuerlein, that's a guy you're very familiar with, Darnell. So you would have more faith in him than I did.
Wasn't he the kicker that ended the Rams season last year and then began the fucking season for the Cowboys this year in the same stadium?
No, that's the year before.
No.
Because Zuerlein was the kicker for the Rams last year, correct?
No.
Zuerlein signed with the Cowboys in the 2020 offseason. I believe 2019 was the final year that Zuerlein was with the Rams.
2019.
Yeah.
2019.
But continue, playmaker.
And shouts out to Lamar Jackson. Finally got one over Patrick Mahomes. First loss for Patrick Mahomes in September. First interception he threw. in September. A lot of first happened last Sunday night. Now we got both teams facing each other. AFC West, one of the toughest divisions out there. I love Justin Herbert. Y'all know how much I love Justin Herbert.
Yeah, we know.
But it's still September, right?
Yeah.
And it's in Arrowhead, right?
Yep.
I gotta go Kansas City.
You know, I you know what I hate about the way that they do stadiums now? It is now called GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium.
And it's still Arrowhead. That's all I need to know.
They're a bunch of idiots. Just
I
call
just
it
need to know.
Arrowhead Stadium. Why do they just not call it Arrowhead Stadium? Pains in the
Yeah.
ass.
I gotta pick Mahomes over Herbert. I'm sorry. That pains me to say that, but I gotta pick Kansas City.
I mean, I'm not surprised you did.
By the way,
Yeah.
there is a bet in the chat, Darno.
Oh Lord.
This is the bet between you and Mr. Stephen Waldman proposed. This is a proposed bet on the show. Okay? No monetary value involved. He says you have to eat a raw onion on ArchRivals if the Giants beat the Falcons, and if it's vice versa, he will put a Rams profile picture for a day.
No.
Do we up it for a week?
No.
I'll negotiate.
No.
You can't do an onion?
I ain't doing nothing. The fact that I had to pick that damn game
So-
was disgusting.
So there's no negotiating. There's nothing that can be done, right, Darnell?
No, I flipped the coin and I picked the Falcons, okay?
Okay.
All right. I mean,
I flipped the coin and I
that
picked the
confident-
Falcons.
if you're that
By the way-
confident, then fine. We'll leave it at that.
By the way, we are now being tagged on every major sports network by the guys in the chat. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.
God bless you guys.
You
God
know
bless you guys.
how hard it is to pick against two dumb teams right now.
Okay, so this is my little Bearman, did you throw a pick out on the chat?
Oh, not yet, but may I go?
Yes, sure.
All right. Well, as you a friendly reminder from you, Ricky, is that Patrick Mahomes was undefeated in September. I guess that was until last week. So that means that Patrick Mahomes is pretty fucking mad, as are the entire Chiefs. So, I mean, look, this game. I mean, look, the Chargers are the Chargers. Okay, I don't care how good the Chiefs look. Okay, the Chargers are not gonna go away. Okay, you got to make them go away, especially in the case of Justin Herbert. But in the case of the Chargers, is no stupid penalties like those costly, unsportsmanlike conducts. The coaching needs to do a better job in the Chargers. Okay, but I have to go with the Chiefs because it's their turf, and it's a loud stadium, so the Chiefs are holding the cards. But I do expect the Chargers to put up a hell of a fight. But I think the Chiefs are going to escape the way. And I'm going to use that term loosely, guys. Escape.
He said the Chiefs escape at home.
Well, I'm gonna go with a little bit of a.
It's hard to escape the lightning storm.
It's kind of like this. I will say this pick is a gut punch right now because I know this is going to be a really, really good game, and the Chiefs are notorious for not having a great run defense.
Hey, you're gonna have Tony Romo calling the game.
I could listen again. It's going to be how much you're going to have Austin Eckler running around on the field, whether he's running the ball or he's catching it out of the backfield, because it's almost the similar Carolina setup on that offense. Chargers don't have Chris Harris. Justin Jones is doubtful. Joey Bosa, questionable. Key piece there for the Mahomes running around deal. Doubtful for Frank Clark with a hamstring. Chris Jones with a wrist. Shavarius Ward, quad. That's already 3 key defenders for that game. Daniel, I totally agree with that because I do not like Colin Cowherd. He is a overblown doof.
I gotta praise Daniel. I mean, Daniel's just helping us big time. Daniel, God bless you, brother.
Well, Daniel understands what we're trying to do here.
I think he meant Fox. I don't think he meant ESPN.
Either way, Colin Cowherd should be in a dumpster fire in the middle of like Midwest Virginia. I just picked a state out randomly, so if I downed your state, don't take it personally. Kansas City by 7. I'm not feeling the spread, to be honest. I think this game actually might be a lot closer than people think. So I would probably take the Chargers getting the points, KC winning, and the over at 55. Yeah, no, I'm taking the under on this. This is going to be 51 points tops. I don't see any type of virtual blowout. So
it seems that you also believe the Chargers will fight.
Again, there's a lot of things that the Kansas City's defense has to really take into account. And I'm going to tell you, Keenan Allen is going to be one of those big pieces. Mike Williams is going to be a big piece to see if he can run loose. The Chargers offense isn't the Kansas City offense, but if they go and isolate again the Cheetah like they did the last, like it happened on Monday night. Sorry, not Monday night, Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs might actually be in trouble here. So I'm saying like 51 points total, 27-24. Like you probably said, KC's probably going to escape. I'm not going to doubt Patrick Mahomes. He's obviously only 11-1 in September. So, yep, I'm going to go Kansas City, San Diego getting points, and the under. Next up. Oh, my God. I never thought I would even have to worry about this game here.
Funny how things change. I got you.
Yes, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh.
Bearman, you gonna go first, but I'm gonna give out all the news and notes. All right. All right. So Ben is dealing with a left patellar muscle. He's doing everything he can to play. Most likely a game time decision. If not, it'll be Mason Rudolph or Dwayne Haskins playing. TJ Watt was downgraded to out, I believe, yesterday or earlier this morning. So he's out. Joe Burrow and the Bengals, they are thriving. They are playing. They coming off a win at they come off a loss at Chicago, while Pittsburgh's coming off a loss at home to the Raiders. So both teams are 1-1 AFC North battle. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out in the Steel City. Go ahead, Bearman.
Well, based on everything you just announced, again, the whole situation with Ben Roethlisberger. Well, I mean, Cincinnati is obviously coming off a bad loss to the Chicago Bears, and I'm still affected by that. And I think, and you know why, Darnell, but we don't need to get into that. With TJ Watt ruled out, that's definitely a huge, major blow for the Steeler defense because TJ Watt is the golden child of the Steeler defense. So without him, I believe he's actually their sack leader, and he's one of the top guys in sacks right now. It's still early in the season, but with Joe Burrow, I expect him to have a good game, and with the injuries to the Steelers, I'm gonna make a tough decision, but I think Cincinnati is gonna pull it off. I mean, Joe Burrow is gonna have one of these games where it's gonna be like he's the hero in a freaking movie, in a thriller film.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have some flat tires that they really are going to be concerned with tomorrow against the Cincinnati Bungles.
That's why I have to go with Cincinnati, because we don't know if Ben Roethlisberger will play. Like Darnell said, it's probably a game time decision.
Yes, but also at the same rate, the Steelers know Deontay Johnson, he's out. No Alex Highsmith, out. Carlos Davis, out. TJ Watt, out. The Bengals don't have anything, substantially. Trey Waynes is gone is going to be listed as doubtful tomorrow with a hammy. T. Higgins may not play, shoulder injury. Offensive line, they have a banged up thing there. I look at the numbers, like Cincinnati winning percentage at 51%, and the cover for 55%, and the spread's only 3 points for the game, and it's Pittsburgh favored at home. God damn. 43 under over? Under definitely, I'm looking at. I don't have any, I will be honest, I really do not have any faith in Joe Burrow at this point. I don't have faith in Joe Burrow because they if you actually saw that game from last week, he had 3 picks, and a lot of the receivers weren't even close. I really think that Joe Burrow is still trying to get back into the swing of things after that knee injury from last year.
They says it takes about a year and a year of play to fairly get back to yourself.
I actually am probably going to agree with Jason on this. I'm going to take the Steelers, but I'm going to take the Steelers given the 3 points. And I'm going
As far as the recovery process of a torn ACL, let's not forget Adrian Peterson quickly recovered from a torn ACL.
Adrian Peterson is a genetic beast because he's tore his knee up quite a few times, and he still is just ridiculous. Even at his age, he's ridiculous.
He's 38 now, I believe, right?
I know he's been doing well. Yeah. Darnell, who are you picking?
Pittsburgh. You know why?
For
whatever reason, Cincinnati can't beat Pittsburgh. No matter what. Something goes wrong and Pittsburgh wins.
I believe Cincinnati did beat Pittsburgh last year. I believe so. I don't remember what the matchups are. I'm trying to do it without getting any videos played in the background. All right. Next up, the team that haunts the Bear Man's nightmares, the Chicago Bears, traveling to the dog pound in Cleveland against the Cleveland Browns. Both teams come in at 1-1. The Bookers have Cleveland winning at 63%, Chicago covering the spread at 52%. And the line for the game consensus is 45 under over, Cleveland -8.
Bearman. There's no Jarvis Landry for Cleveland. Okay. But OBJ is active for Cleveland. Mm-hmm. There's been no update on Baker Mayfield, so it seems like he's good to go.
I would imagine so.
Well, at least they didn't sprain both ankles.
Would you let that go?
No.
And guess what, Bearman?
Chicken butt.
Guess who's starting at quarterback for the Chicago Bears?
Let me guess. Oh, yeah. Mr. Kyle Fields.
Justin Fields.
Oh, my God, brain. Sorry, guys. Brain fart. Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, because
goddamn brain farts. That happens.
Andy Dalton cannot go, and they didn't want to give the reins to Nick Foles. So it's Justin Fields' show against the Cleveland Browns on the road in Ohio. By the way, where did Justin Fields come from?
The Ohio State University.
Ohio State. So his last game that he actually literally played was in Ohio for the Buckeyes, and his opening start is in Ohio. I like how that works out.
What are the odds?
I don't like this because I think this is what Matt Nagy was trying to avoid. Because it is Cleveland. You do have Myles Garrett on one side and Jadeveon Clowney on the other side coming. And I'm going to take Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you, Playmaker. I have to go with Cleveland because the question is, I mean, it's still argued. A lot of folks believe that Mr. Fields, in case I don't mess up the name, I'll just call him Mr. Fields if that's cool. It's unclear or it's debatable whether Mr. Fields is ready for the NFL or not. This game is probably going to make it quite clear whether he is or not. So it's going to be we'll have to wait and see situation. But because Mr. Fields is under tremendous pressure, because this Browns defense, whether you like it or not, it's pretty damn good. So the odds are not in his favor. He's under tremendous pressure. He's a rookie, so I think the Browns are going to win.
Okay, the Yoda has stepped up to the podium. I don't trust any one of these teams. I know, it's week 3. Teams should be kind of in motion. But I'm going to track back to week 2. If Tyrod Taylor didn't get hurt, the Browns are 0-2. Just know this. If Tyrod Taylor doesn't get hurt last week, the Cleveland Browns are 0-2. The Bears are banged up. They are a mash unit waiting to happen. No Andy Dalton. Tyshawn Gibson, doubtful. A crap load of players on their questionable list. Browns are going to be without offensive lineman Chris Hubbard and linebacker Sione Takitaki. Sounds like a potato chip. I don't know. I after Cincinnati kind of like screwed the
Would you
pooch last
just
week,
make a pick? Jeez.
I don't have faith in either team. I wish they would both be.
Yeah, we went through
blown
the
up.
same thing with the Giants and the Falcons. You still got to choose.
Browns, but not covering.
See, that was not hard. That's all
It
you
is
had to do
very
was
hard.
try.
I have a reputation to uphold. Okay, another squash. Baltimore at Detroit. Baltimore 1-1. Lions 0-2. This is one of the highest win percentages I've ever seen, ever picking games. Baltimore at 70% and covering the line at 51%. So the game line is, believe it or not, Baltimore -8, under over 50. Who would like to go for this one?
I might as well. Well, got a high-powered Ravens offense despite the injury, so just get straight to the point. I'm not because might as well. So Ravens, bro.
Darnell?
Jared Goff or Lamar Jackson?
So I'm assuming Baltimore big.
I don't care.
I
It's Baltimore.
I say this is going to be a lot different because Detroit is actually capable of putting up some points. And with the news now that the Ravens have also placed Brandon Williams, Justin, his name, he's probably going to come to my house and murder me. Justin